Jimmy. As we wrap this up, we are going to do a very quick segment that is called Generic Wrestling Questions. Those of you that have
Okay.
seen my interviews before, and I swear I'll ask Jimmy his favorite match he might have seen as a fan or within wrestling, his favorite overall pay-per-view card, if he can give me one of those, favorite wrestler's entrance team, favorite tag team, and his favorite wrestler to watch perform. Basically, the questions I assume you're asked on social media or on your podcast, so now you'll have a place to be like, guys, I have answered this. Please go
Mhm.
watch this. So, what's your favorite match of all time?
Wow. My favorite match of all time to watch as a fan,
Mm-hmm.
even though I was refereeing at the time, I went and watched this out in the arena, and I think you know where I'm going here, WrestleMania 18.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock and Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, not Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. Because what I did was Mike Chioda was the referee for the match, but when this match went out, I snuck out into the tech area inside the stadium, inside the Sky Dome here in Toronto to watch it, with the crowd. And what the funny thing was, when I looked behind me back towards where the curtain was, a whole bunch of the talent had come out as well.
Yeah.
And we're watching it from there because everybody wanted to feel. And you could, this isn't a match as far as technical ability goes. And I'm not talking about 5-star matches, but the atmosphere that these guys had. And when you talk about the stadium shaking, it was literally rumbling.
Mm.
And that was amazing. So from that standpoint, I will say that was one of my favorites, and Steamboat Savage from WrestleMania 3.
That's really, really cool.
Okay, and the next one is
What about your favorite overall pay-per-view card, such as, for example, SummerSlam 90, 92, for example?
which was a good one, but for me, I really have to go with WrestleMania 17.
Mm-hmm.
I think from top to bottom, it delivered. It was, of course, you know, highlighted by that TLC match with the Dudleys and Edge and Christian and the Hardys. But everything on that card was. I don't think the fans sat down the entire night.
No.
Yeah,
Like, what about your favorite wrestler's entrance theme?
this is going to shock a lot of people. The most fun one, because I just had the recently got the chat with him. Ernest the Cat Miller was somebody called my mama. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know because any music that gets, I know he's a dirty word right now, Vince McMahon. Anybody who sees can have their entrance music play and him to get up from behind his desk and start dancing, which is not. I won't. It's not a pretty sight, but still,
Mm.
it's kind of like watching Elaine dance on Seinfeld. Uh, but his music was so much fun.
Mm.
But if you want like real, you know, man, there's so many good. If you're gonna tag team entrance music
We can do
is
that.
different. Yeah, tag team entrance music. I'm gonna go with the New Age Outlaws.
Mm. Is as somebody that's probably been in the ring when they're making their entrance, what's that crowd reaction like when they're playing along, for lack of a better word?
See, that's the thing. See, the opening words coming out for the entrance music is, "Oh, you didn't know." As soon as they start, everybody in the audience comes up with the next line. You're better call somebody. They're all
Mm.
doing it. So um, people don't understand the importance. Some people don't. A lot of people do, but some people don't understand the importance of someone's entrance music because that's the first thing you hear are the chords of their
Mm.
song, and they need to be something where people are going to recognize it right out of the gate.
Mm.
Like very few times you get guys like with the glass breaking, you get the gong, but that needs to be the first thing that the people can gravitate to and go, oh, now I know who's coming out, as opposed to, oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute, whose music is that? That's the reaction you don't want. Wait, who is that again? What?
Mm. I get what you're saying completely there. What about your favorite tag team, Jimmy, to watch work?
Again, I'm going old school with this one, but Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, when they were part of the Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling, and they were the NWA or Mid Atlantic Tag Team Champions. Those guys were fantastic, and I'm a I Ricky Steamboat is my idols always.
Mm, that's really, really cool. And then finally, Jimmy, the biggest generic question, in my opinion, who was your favorite wrestler to have work with in the ring, or just favorite wrestler overall?
For favorite wrestler to work with in the ring, with all due respect to everybody I got to work with, Eddie Guerrero
Mm,
was my absolute favorite. He was
mm,
just his intensity. You can feel it when he was getting a little bit perturbed, but at the same time, he was just on a different level.
mm,
His mind working all the time. He was one of those guys where if I was assigned his match, which I was a lot,
mm,
I would walk in and said, "Okay, Eddie, what are you doing?" He says, "We're doing frog splash finish." Okay, anything else? He says, "No, we'll call it out there."
mm,
Okay, instead of this, oh, here, 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 but
mm.
he would let you know ahead of time, and sometimes you wouldn't know, and he just utilize you in a different way. But Eddie was just magic, and I don't think he gets mentioned enough when you talk about greats.
I don't either, if I'm being honest. I think he is. He's definitely on my Mount Rushmore. But as